Warning! Wells is a dick.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for The Flash Season 2, Episode 12, Fast Lane. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
How's it going? Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong window. Can't tell my right from my left.
No.
Yeah. How'd you like this episode?
This episode is not going to be as good as next week, but...
Definitely 100%.
But this is still a pretty damn good episode.
Yeah. And I feel like we're back to... Not that we're back to, but we have another case of the main problem is not actually what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tar pit, not actually important or even really that big of a threat.
No, but... See,
everything that was interesting was happening on the other side.
Right, but the whole tar pit thing is what brought the danger as a realization to Joe.
Yeah.
And got him to really see, the dangers of Wally. It then also led to, the Flash realizing something's up. He's not fast enough. Just a hair slower than he was. And that's what ends up getting Iris hurt. So, yeah. It's like...
Because he knew he could have grabbed that shard.
Yeah. So it's like...
So you saw his face. Reaching for it.
Right. So it's like maybe Tar Pit himself wasn't, but everything that happened was, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's something I feel happened a lot in Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like...
Yeah, Season 1...
These ones are great, and Tar Pit was very interesting.
Yeah, Season 1 was very, very villain of the week kind of thing, where we're still getting a little bit of villain of the week because Zoom is just throwing so many random metas, which this was not the case, but
no.
In the other episodes and stuff, Zoom was just throwing random metas at Barry, and they were tying into the story, but everything is tied into the story, and this that even took place 2 years ago ends up tying into today's story, and that's strongly because of Wally.
2 years. He was just sitting in that asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sucks, man.
It does, and that really starts to answer some questions for me.
Which questions?
Do they ever feed or give water to the metas in their prison cells? Maybe they don't have to.
Maybe they don't have to, but I don't know, man.
2 years, no food or water.
Yeah, but he was also part of the lava that was his power. It sounded to me like he was dying. Like, he said his eyes burned out. His throat was singed, Like, that to me sounded like he lost his body, most of his body, before he became a meta.
Right.
So that, him being a meta must have regenerated himself somehow. Well, his eyes aren't completely black, too, right? So maybe... He did actually burn his eyes, and that's just what burnt eyes look like?
Tar?
Tar eyes?
Tar eyes.
Tar eyes. Sure. Yeah, no, I liked his look. Like, just dripping gross black stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
So this episode continued with the hilarious Cisco and Harry back and forth.
There was no slurping.
There was no slurping.
I still loved last week when I started slurping. You didn't even realize what I was doing right away.
Then I did it, and you cracked up.
You just kept talking right over me.
Yeah.
You're just like...
As I am one to do.
Right.
But, Cisco was talking about the weapon that they made, and Wells just throws it. Cisco catches these, like, the grenade! You just threw me a grenade!
And And he just, like, haphazardly tossed it, too. It's just like...
Yeah!
It's like, see, we got this grenade right here, and it's just like, there you go, Cisco.
That either goes to show how much Harry is trying very hard not to care, or how distracted he was by, working on his side project.
I feel like it's more of he really just doesn't care.
Well, no, because we see he does care. He's just trying. All of this is him trying very hard not to care so that he can do what he thinks he has to do to save his daughter.
Yeah, I could see that.
But we get, for the first time, Barry and Harry, this Wells, working together. Which was interesting, because Barry couldn't shut the fuck up.
It's really annoying.
That is really irritating. Because he speeds through and he's like, yeah, I got this for 30 minutes. And then he'll have to do it again. It's like, why don't you just take, I don't know, a little bit longer to commit that to your long-term memory instead of keep recharging your short-term. Because I can totally see how that's annoying. Because he probably did that multiple times.
Well, yeah, but think of it from Barry's point of view. Like, if you ever sit there and, like, actually try to memorize something? Like, yeah. That's so difficult. Right?
It's hard.
It is.
Oh, I know.
So if you can do that and keep that information in your head for 30 minutes at a time, get rid of it and never use it again, and never worry or think about it again, that's perfect. Can you imagine going to school and you're cramming for a test just before you take the test? Done. You don't have to study.
What if you need the information later on? And I'm not saying him memorize those 3 textbooks. I'm saying him take the time to read it so he understands it and it'll stick around in his brain longer.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's nothing wrong with doing what he was doing because, he had to work. They were working, so.
But if he could do that and it takes, 5 seconds to do, I would rather just commit it to short term. If it only takes 5 seconds to put it back into your head.
But and I understand Barry, being fast, has gotten to be a little bit of an impatient person in some regards. And I totally see, that playing a part in it, but to me, he is a science freak, right? He's a science nerd.
Right.
Why wouldn't he want to take the time to learn this?
They don't really have time, though. That's kind of the problem, too.
I'm just saying. Could have taken 5 minutes instead of 5 seconds. Is all that I mean.
Yeah. Well, then maybe he'd only keep it for, a day as opposed to half an hour.
Whatever. Moving on. Wells just turns around and hucks an eraser at his head. I actually had a professor who did that.
To you?
No.
Oh, I had it done. I had it done to me.
No, the kid was sleeping. And I forgot what teacher it was. But I think she just hucked the eraser at his head and was just like. Poof.
Yeah, because I went to catechism school, and we were talking about creation, and it was the whole, God created everything on the 7th day, God rested. So I was like, well, how come there's 65 million years between dinosaurs and man?
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, he looks at me like, well, the days could be millions of years. We don't have a specific time on the days, so to speak. And I go, well, then if God created everything, what created God? And he just took the eraser and chucked it at me. It bounced off my chest. Dust went everywhere. It was great. I loved it.
Awesome. But yeah, Barry made it really hard for Wells to go behind his back like he wanted to steal Barry's speed.
Mm-hmm.
He made that device pretty quick, although it doesn't look like he sleeps. So
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's there early. He's there late. Like if he does sleep, it's very minimal.
I doubt he sleeps. I think he sleeps there. I don't think he has a place. I think he sleeps in S.T.A.R Labs.
Probably.
I would bet.
As far as I know, he didn't go out and rent an apartment. So.
No.
Unless he's living at Wells's old house, which would be really creepy.
Really weird. Word. I wanted to say something else about Barry before I moved on to
Okay.
a big part of this up, but I can't remember what I wanted to say about Barry.
That he's recently single, so he doesn't do anything on Thursday nights?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm recently single, so I'm gonna help you do science stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love how like just grumpy of a person Wells is. It's great. I hope that doesn't change.
And I love the dynamic with like Barry warming up to Wells and like, hey, this is what I used to do with the old you, and he's just like.
But I like it every time he said that, and he's like, I know that's not you. But it's double not him, because not only was it a different Harrison Wells, it was Eobard, not
Right.
Earth 1 Wells.
Right.
I like how Harry also said, it's like, well, technically my Earth is my Earth 1.
This is like the second or third time he said that.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it to Cisco, and he said it to Barry.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh, I forgot about Cisco's app. He made a metahuman Tinder.
He did. He did. Now Snart could find his true love.
Snart?
Yeah. Snart's not really a meta, but you know what I mean.
No.
It's close enough.
Yeah, I guess. So the Wests. That's what I wrote in the notes, and it makes me think of Kanye West.
The Wild Wild West.
I'm talking about the
Taillights.
I like that he had that nickname. Like, I wonder if that has any significance, or was just a thing.
It's kind of a racing nickname. I mean, I didn't read the comics, so I don't know if it has any significance to the comics or not, but
This is nothing like
his introduction, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, this is nothing like the Wally I remember. But I actually love it. I love what they're doing with Wally.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like he likes going fast.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom.
And that like speech that he gave to Iris.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like how he missed the speed, and you know, like that's the only thing that's it's the only thing that made him feel good, and it's like that's such a setup.
Yeah.
Such a setup for him becoming the Flash.
Yeah. Yeah. And
or it's a red herring for the people in the know. One of the two.
Maybe. They make him the Green Lantern. They make him like some superhero that's definitely not the Flash.
Aquaman.
But yeah, no. I really liked Wally in this episode. Like, we saw a bit of him being funny. Like, it wasn't a lot, but he made a couple jokes, and I'm like, there we go. That's my Wally.
Yeah.
That's more like it. And, like, they were having a nice dinner, and then, like, Iris said some stuff, and I'm like, you ruined it, Iris.
I was so mad at her.
I wasn't mad, I was just like, disappointed.
Yeah.
You know? I thought, I know where she was coming from, because she's used to her dad being her dad.
Mm-hmm.
Who is obviously strict in his morals and stuff. And, but I just think, I don't know. I think, ruining the mood was a bit much. Just like, oh, come on, Iris.
Yeah, she just takes it upon herself, and then she, like, goes and meets him at the races, and it's like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
In, like, a super skimpy outfit, and then Wally's just like, oh god, no.
With purple hair extensions?
Which actually looked hella cute on her.
It did. It really, really did. I was digging it.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I think her going to the race is fine, but she was just...
But when she was there, she was still, like, that whole... It was the same way she was acting at dinner.
Yeah, she was being condescending, I think, was what I didn't like.
Yeah.
Her showing her concern was one thing, but she was being a little condescending.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that in the end, though, she sees why he does it.
Yeah, like I said, that talk was great.
With the speech, yeah.
And then...
they come to an understanding.
In Joe's speech, too, like, I did not expect Wally to take it as well as it did, and I don't think it would have been taken as well if Iris didn't get injured. So...
I agree. Because, and Wally did get defensive. He was like, oh, this wasn't my fault. Which means he was clearly feeling guilty.
Right. 100%.
And so he was a little more susceptible to taking the kind of fatherly, you sit down and shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Which wasn't what Joe said at all, but...
No. But it was more like, I am your father, Darth Vader moment, but without the realization. And, it was just like, and I'm going to reprimand you because we care about you. Yeah. Most people don't take that well.
Yeah. I mean, he technically can't punish him because he is sort of an independent.
Yeah.
But he can be disapproving dad. I don't remember her.
Go to your room. Go to Iris's room.
Go sit with your sister. Yeah.
Go sit in the White Shadow's room.
The White Shadows?
That's what Wally called Barry, White Shadow.
Oh, God. I forgot he called him that. I completely forgot he called him that.
See, maybe that could be the superhero. He just turns into the White Shadow.
The White Shadow? Well, if Barry's the White Shadow, would that make Wally the Black Shadow?
No.
No?
No. Wally just puts on a white suit and he's the White Shadow.
Alright. I can dig it. He gets a White Lantern ring. See, I'm telling you, they're gonna make him Green Lantern. I think you're right about this red herring business.
I actually would really, really like that if they turned him into something else. If it was like the Green Lantern, that would be phenomenal.
Well, they were eating Coast City pizza. Which Coast City is where the Green Lantern is from. Well, where Hal is from.
Right, and this isn't the first time they mentioned Coast City.
No, and it's not. They've been to Coast City.
Yeah, but like Barry ran there one time to get pizza for Joe.
To get pizza. Yep.
Yeah. From
Coast City Pizza.
Yep.
I think that's supposed to be like original Ray's.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yes, they on the TV mentioned Oliver Queen's mayoral campaign.
They did very, very briefly and did not say anything other than up next.
Yep.
So
yeah, that was very funny.
I love little things like that where they're still connecting it. And then my favorite, absolute favorite scene this episode is when Cisco is boasting about his app and he goes, "Who's the best hacker?" And they both go, "Felicity Smoke."
Without hesitation and at the same time, Felicity Smoke. And this is just like, what? Come on, you're the worst friends.
It's like, whose side are you on?
Yeah, exactly. Whose side are you on? Oh my gosh. I liked this episode for the character building, definitely. It's like the best part for me.
Oh yeah. I mean, all the episodes, the last couple episodes have been so good like that. It's just been, I don't know, it's been phenomenal.
Definitely. Oh, that's right. Wells and Barry in their first team up figure out a way to close the breaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Hooray.
And they only close one of them. Or at least they only show us closing one of them. Now, what I'm thinking that they're going to do is they're going to close all except for one.
Yeah, I think that was originally their plan. They said they were going to close everything but the one in S.T.A.R. Labs.
In S.T.A.R. Labs, yeah. Which is going to be the one that I think they're going to take to Earth 2, because they're going to Earth 2. Yeah. Oh my god, I like the promo for next week, because Cisco and Barry are taking selfies in front of the S.T.A.R. Labs in Earth 2.
Wow, it's going to be so good.
I can't wait for Earth 2 selfies.
I've been waiting for them to go to Earth 2 since, episode 1 of this season. Do you think they're going to come across Ronnie?
Yes. And I don't think it's going to be pleasant.
No?
No. What it looks like they're meeting everybody's doppel.
Nice. So
from the promo, it looks like they're meeting everyone's doppel.
So are they going to meet Ronnie's doppel or Ronnie himself or both?
That's a super good question. In the promo, he's wearing the Firestorm, the 3-pronged Firestorm, jacket device thing, but it's all black. So I'm assuming if he's wearing I don't know, because he did disappear wearing it. So maybe that's our Ronnie, but I think that's like an evil Ronnie. Evil Earth 2 Ronnie.
Yeah, it could be, or it could be our Ronnie, and these are the effects of not having his counterpart for so long.
Yeah, his effects, yeah. Because we know what Stein's effects are from not having a partner, but we haven't seen Ronnie.
And just because they are similar does not mean they're going to have the exact same symptoms.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. And I don't know if it's putting a knife in the back of our primary theory about Zoom, but it looks like there is a Barry doppel in Earth 2. So I'm feeling a little less confident about Zoom being Barry, although I really want that to happen.
I really want it to happen too. The other option is that it's Wells. Harry.
The same Harry.
Yeah. He knew how to steal the Speed Force. Like, this could just be a big ploy of his to get them to Earth 2. Like, the whole thing. Because maybe he couldn't actually steal all of Barry's Speed Force without having him in Earth 2. And maybe this whole ploy of him telling Barry, I stole part of it, lock me up, knowing how, like, family-orientated Barry is, and this whole thing, and the Cisco and the vibing, maybe, like, this was all set up for all that, you know?
But I remember we mentioned this before, and we sort of ruled Wells out because everything all the conversations he's had with Zoom about his daughter and, or not all of them, but most of them, have been without anyone else around.
Right.
So why would he put on this show for no one? Unless, which is super weird, multiple personality disorder?
It could be, or maybe he's doing it for cameras. You know, maybe there's cameras in Star Labs or something, you know, like...
Maybe, but nobody caught on.
Not yet. Could be something like, oh, let's review, you know, our security footage of Harry, and it might just be, like, precautionary stuff of, I'm going to do this just in case.
I need to share, but when I said multiple personality disorder, John went like this.
Nice. Yeah, I don't want to rule out, even if we meet Barry's doppelganger, I don't want to rule him out. I still don't want to rule out Harry. It's more unlikely that it's Harry.
Yeah.
But I don't want to rule him out. And then there's Jay's doppel.
Yeah.
But that's going to be really weird if Earth 1's Jay doppel is fighting Earth 2's doppel as Zoom.
I think you hurt my head. I don't know what... Say that again? Try that one more time?
Earth 1's Jay.
Yeah.
Is fighting Earth 2 Jay, but as Zoom. There'll be the two doppels fighting each other. Our Jay is Zoom. Their Jay is
Earth
not.
Earth 2 Jay is Zoom?
No. Earth 1.
So, Earth 1.
Yes.
So, Hannibal. And what's his name? Hold on.
Beginning with a J, I think.
I was going to look it up, but of course the wiki is being slow.
I know.
So...
Didn't we give the Z? Wasn't there a Z in there?
Solomon,
yeah.
So Hunter
Zolomon.
Is Zoom?
That's what I'm thinking.
Fighting Jay Garrick.
Yes.
That's interesting. I mean... We really didn't see much of him. He's just reading a book in the park. But I really do feel like there's something weird with him. And when they finally confront him, it's going to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And I think whatever it ends up being might just be a red herring.
Yeah.
Because they've I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who was Hunter Zolomon?
There's a lot more. Hunter Zolomon,
like in the comics?
oh, shit. I'm sorry, I clicked away from the page.
Hunter Zolomon, otherwise known as Zoom, is a fictional comic book supervillain from the DC universe.
Yeah.
He's primarily associated with Wally West, the third Flash.
Yeah.
And is the third of the Reverse Flashes.
Okay. And that's sort of why maybe he'll be involved, but I'm not sure it's going to be him.
Yeah.
It might be. I don't know. It is a solid theory.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, then I don't know, because he would have had to come from Earth 1 to go to Earth 2, take Jay's speed, and then come back. So he would have had to have a way to get between the worlds before the breach.
Yep.
What? I'm hurting my head. We're going to stop talking about this now. But definitely good theories.
It could be something to do with, like, say time travel again. It could be something similar to the Reverse Flash, how in the future, Hunter Zolomon becomes Zoom, or a version of Zoom, like maybe a Reverse Flash or something like that, travels back in time, realizes this, goes through one of the breaches, goes into Earth 2, but time traveled back 2 months or something like that, fought the whole thing, and then comes back. And now the Jay that we're seeing in the park has not turned into Zoom yet.
Oh, interesting.
There's a lot of stuff that they could do with time travel. Yeah. So it gets really confusing. It starts making your head hurt. But they've gone to show us the extreme lengths last week with how the Reverse Flash from the original timeline could still exist in our world in areas we haven't seen him yet. So they could be doing the same thing with Hunter Zolomon and Zoom. That whole thing with Reverse Flash could have been the setup for
Zoom,
to soften the blow when Zoom comes around, to make it more believable.
To have our brains be a little more pliable.
Yeah, exactly.
When they throw more shit at us.
Mm-hmm.
We won't shut down.
Yep.
Very interesting. I am personally very excited to see Killer Frost.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be in next episode.
Yep.
I might lose my mind. Because the way she sounds, like ridiculously eloquent, the way she talks.
Right.
Like she's speaking in poetry. It's crazy. I can't wait.
It'll be great. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about this episode?
This episode, no.
Yeah. It was a lot of character building, which I was very happy about.
Right, but we have some news about the Flash.
That's right, we do.
So.
Would you like to share?
Should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should we just leave everybody hanging? Never tell them?
Let's tell them.
Tell them?
Come on, man.
Apparently on March 28th, which is a Monday, Grant Gustin will be guest starring on Supergirl as reprising his role as the Flash, officially connecting the shows. So.
As we have been excited about since Supergirl was first announced.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's gonna be exciting.
So now Cleo is you're gonna have to get over the fact that there have been aliens living on this universe from the beginning and not hearing anything about them in 4 seasons of Arrow and 2 seasons of Flash.
I just want it to make sense. I just want it to not make me angry. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. You know, ease us into it or something. I don't know. But
I think it's gonna help not having Supergirl on Arrow or Flash right away, and just Flash going to Supergirl, because there won't be as many questions. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of like introduce what Barry knows about Metropolis and the Kryptonians, and then maybe from that tell us what the rest of the Flash Arrowverse knows.
Yeah, and the fact that you had to get all of these different companies involved, like to get this, you had to get the CW. It was what, CBS? Is that what is that what Supergirl's on? What is Supergirl on?
Supergirl's on CBS.
Yeah, CBS.
I thought you were.
You had to get CW, CBS, Warner Brothers, and DC all involved in this.
I mean, Warner Brothers and DC have been closely linked for a long time. Ass time.
It's 4 companies that you have to get together to approve this. So getting that all done in such a short period of time is still phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, and I think it's going to be interesting seeing the 2 biggest dorks in this universe meet.
Oh, I can't wait to have Kara meet Barry. Like I'm not even worried.
Like, forget about Supergirl and the Flash.
Right. Kara and Barry.
Kara and Barry being dorks together.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Please, 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 please have Cisco meet Win.
And I've been liking Win more and more. In the show. Like, at first I was just like, you are a stereotype, stop it. Right. But now it's like he's finally his own character now.
So now is the time. You have about 2 months
to catch up
about 2 months. If you have not started Supergirl yet, you have like 10, 12 episodes. Go do it. Good. You can catch up. The
production quality too is up there.
It starts a little slow. It's a little slow, but it's a good show.
Good looking show. So yeah. That's all I've got to say. Next week, welcome to Earth 2. Barry, Wells, and Cisco journey to Earth 2 to rescue Wells' daughter, Jessie, from Zoom. Barry is stunned when he runs into Earth 2, Iris, and Joe. Oh, God. I'm so nervous that Earth 2 Joe is just going to be the worst. But nothing prepares him for meeting Killer Frost and Deathstorm.
Who's Deathstorm?
Deathstorm.
Who's
Firestorm.
That? Oh, Firestorm. Ooh, okay.
Deathstorm.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, back on Earth 1, Jay has to take over the Flash's responsibility when a meta-human nicknamed Geomancer attacks Central City. I think that means he shoots up again. He uses the speed drug to sort of... Oh my God! I'm sorry. I just had an image of Jay putting on Barry's Flash costume.
Yeah? I don't know. Maybe. Will it?
Jay is like 2 heads taller than Barry, though. So
that costume's gonna stretch so bad.
It will not fit him.
Barry, you're not gonna be able to fit in that costume when you get back.
Bare his midriff. Yeah.
I could see him putting it on now and having it like rip at like boot level. So like the whole rest of the suit goes up and it's just like cut off, like he's wearing high waters or something.
Perfect. He's got the hood, but he also puts the helmet on over it.
Where the hood, like the helmet rips, or the hood rips too, because you know his neck and everything trying to fit in the shoulders, so he just puts the hat on top of it.
Anyway, probably not gonna happen, but very funny image.
Yeah.
Man, Killer Frost and Deathstorm. I hope they're like the evil power couple I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should be great.
Excellent. So Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me right here. And you can also find me at Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenal.
Backspace.
And you can find me at Clio Moto on places such as Twitter, and Twitch. And you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows and video games. Until next time, bye-bye.
See ya. I hope that Hunter's almond theory is not correct, because that's really gonna start making my head hurt. Even though I'm the one who suggested it.
Yeah, made my head hurt.
I need some aspirin.